about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And as all y'all know, your man was off the grid the entire weekend. I went camping with my wife and my grandchildren, so I wasn't able to watch the game against the Rams on Saturday. All I got to say is now, I'm back. So I got to give my raw and uncut on a couple topics that have been on my mind that have had me discombobulated, especially after Saturday's performance. So let's go ahead and get into that as we always do during this raw and uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
I'm keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. As soon as I got back home, I turned on the game and I watched the game from start to finish. 21-31, Rams was the final score. Bazooka Joe was out there overthrowing receivers. He was throwing bullet after bullet after bullet. Needless to say, Bazooka Joe needs more reps at the quarterback position, and he also needs to work on his different types of passes, whether it's bullet, touch, or lob passes. One thing that I think is that Joe Milton may need to slow the game down instead of trying to jump into the game at the current pace. One way of doing that is that Shotty can go ahead and simplify the playbook and tailor-make it to his liking. Being a quarterback of an offensive scheme that's tailor-made to another quarterback, that's kind of hard work, Cowboys Nation. So if I were Shotty, I would come up with a Joe Milton-centric scheme as well as a Will Grier-centric scheme. But, you know, Cowboys Nation, every time the Dallas Cowboys brings a new quarterback into the QB room, there's a lot of fans who start the narrative, oh, blank quarterback is out to take Dak Prescott's job. That's out of sheer controversy for the QB1. But what really needs to be discussed is the fact that the only quarterback controversy in Dallas is who should be the QB2, Will Grier or Joe Milton. But to keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation, Will Grier has already showed us in preseason that he can handle the position well enough to keep the team competitive. Yes, I know that he was going up against defenses that were comprised of future Uber drivers, but if we're going to hold that against him, then we should say the same thing about Malik Davis, because people are kind of bigging up Malik Davis for rushing for 63 yards with only 7 carries. But I'm going to keep it truly funky with you, Cowboys Nation. I'm going to keep it 100%. Something that I see every single year, and I'm guilty of it as well, Cowboys Nation, but what I see is the fact that as fans, we tend to be like Rumpelstiltskin at times. We tend to try to churn straw into gold, trying to take what the Jones family gives this team and giving the players more props than they deserve. How many times did we hear that Jadon Blue was the next coming of Tony Dorsett? Now I'm hearing the question, why did the Dallas Cowboys overlook Malik Davis all these years? I don't know, Cowboys Nation. Maybe because all the running backs that were ahead of him were better than him. Now there's such a glaring issue with our running back position that any running back will look good for one game, and now he's the second coming of Barry Sanders or something. Cowboys Nation needs to go ahead and tell Jerry, no, Jerry, that's not enough. But I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation. This running back position continues to be overlooked and disrespected by the organization. They don't put any stock in this running back position. It seems as if they go off the logic that if this offensive line is great, anyone can run through the gaps that they establish, and that's so far from the truth, Cowboys Nation. Just like a quarterback has intangibles and tangibles, so does other positions on the damn team. A running back needs vision. They need a high NFL IQ. I'm not saying that Malik Davis doesn't have this, but I will say that there was a reason why he was a cut candidate each and every year, including this year, Cowboys Nation. But on top of that, the Dallas Cowboys just got rid of a running back that beat Malik Davis for the job. Bringing Malik Davis back is just like what the Dallas Cowboys did last year, bringing Ezekiel Elliott back instead of extending Tony Pollard. In my honest opinion, The Dallas Cowboys should have extended Rico Dowdle and added to the quality in the backfield instead of coming with this running back by committee approach, because it hasn't worked and it won't work this year. Like I said in previous videos, Cowboys Nation, get ready for the 2021 NFL season all over again for the Dallas Cowboys. We say we're going to run the ball, but we don't have the talent to run it effectively. But the best thing that could happen to me is having to come on here and eat crow with this take. If the running backs ball out this season, I will happily get on here and apologize. I'll happily tell y'all that I was wrong about the running back room, but I got a feeling that that's not going to happen, Cowboys Nation. I got a feeling because Jerry and Stephen Jones aren't worried about the position. They'd rather air the ball out, even though the ones winning the Super Bowls are making Super Bowl appearances. The opposing defensive coordinators have to respect their run. Do they respect the Dallas Cowboys run? No, they don't, Cowboys Nation, and they didn't when Rico Dowdle was here. But as I was watching the game, I noticed the play calling was vanilla, which I love, by the way. I love that for the preseason. Don't put all of our stuff on film, just go in there vanilla. The way they use the preseason, we don't need to go out there and win just as long as the players are executing at their highest level. They treat the preseason as a way to perfect their craft before going into the regular season. They also use it as live resumes to see who's going to be here, who we're going to keep for the depth chart, and who's going to be delivering pizzas for Papa John. To make a long story short, Cowboys Nation, preseason is a live audition, and I feel it should be used to get the bugs out when it comes to the starting players. This way, they're ready to have a great connection going into the season. I mean, Joe Burrow plays in preseason. Patrick Mahomes plays during the preseason. Why can't Dak Prescott? Especially coming off of a season-ending injury. But you got to protect your investments, right, Jerry Jones? But overall, Cowboys Nation, I'm not going to get all in my feelings over the first preseason game of the year, especially under this new regime. I expect some bumps in the roads, but I also expect the powers that be to help flatten out said bumps. If there's an issue at the one tech, handle the damn issue at one tech. If the team is struggling at the cornerback position, then handle the damn struggles at the cornerback position. Stop thinking just anybody can do the job when it's apparent that not just anybody can. Stop fooling yourself that we have a lot of talent that we can choose from. I'm sorry, but we don't. And also, Stephon Gilmore is better than any cornerback that we got in that room not named Deron Bland or Trayvon Diggs. So why not fortify said position before the damn season starts? Is it about having enough pie? Well, Jerry and Stephen Jones, if you sign Micah Parsons, you'd be able to free up some pie so you could get some help. See, Cowboys Nation, this is the reason why I'm on the front office so much. This is the reason why I say that the front office is at fault. This is why I feel Jerry and Stephen Jones are to blame as well. Not one player can go out there and sign a one-tech to this team. Not one player can go out there and get a high-valued running back to run behind this offensive line. But there's a lot to pick from this last game on Saturday. It's a lot. I would be here for 40 minutes if I were to go ahead and do it right now. So I'll save that for this week's episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast. But until then, this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what did you think about the first preseason game of the 2025 NFL season? How do you feel about Joe Milton? Should Shoddy have him continue to learn behind Dak Prescott and Will Grier before we give him the keys to the car? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and want to help the channel chip away at its current milestone of 20K, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and you're ready to root on our Dallas Cowboys this upcoming season and the next, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 26 and College Football 26 gameplay. I'm not trying to hate on some of the players that we have on this team, Cowboys Nation. I hope that they can prove me wrong, but I do feel that some of the positions that we're settling for could be upgraded in a tremendous way. The only thing that's stopping these upgrades are the people that's worried about the Netflix debut. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Love you, Rick. and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.